Hey guys, it's Man and Shrimp. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a little while. I've had real life things to do and there's been a lot going on. But I've been trying to do videos for Season 4 of Apex, but it's been hard because like I've said before, I don't really have any equipment for this. Like, I don't have a controller, and that's one of the biggest drawbacks. So I can't get any of the in-game footage I need to really do Season 4 Apex videos. Like, I haven't been able to do Forge or anything, and I'm actually kind of disappointed because I won't be able to even get Forge's medallion. That's one of the things that's in-game right now at his spot, but I haven't been able to do a lot of that stuff just for lack of ability to get the content, and I haven't found a reliable, consistent resource to actually put that stuff out for you guys. But until I can do that, I just figured it'd be better to not put out content rather than being like inconsistent, because I feel like that would just be a little worse than just not having anything. So I just figured, hey, I'll just wait, see if I can do something. But I do plan on doing more. It's not that I stopped liking it or anything. I really do enjoy doing it. I'm having a lot of fun. It's just a matter of I need the content to actually do it. That's the only thing holding me back. It's not me doing anything thinking I shouldn't do this or anything, because I really do want to do this, and I'm enjoying doing it. I'm learning a lot, and I'm just trying to figure out the consistent way to do it to bring you the best quality content. But today I actually wanted to do something different, at least for the channel. I want to talk a little bit about what happened with Kobe Bryant. It was obviously, for those of you who don't know, he passed away, I believe, on Sunday from a helicopter crash with him and his daughter and like I think 7 other people, and it was a tragedy, and I think everyone was just like dumbfounded about it and couldn't really figure out. And I think I was one of those people where I'm not a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I admire him in certain ways, I don't like him in other ways, but the fact that he seems like one of those guys in my head that seemed so safe, that seems like he did everything in the right way, that to see him go down in a helicopter crash just kind of shocked me a little bit, just because like I'm so used to him being consistent with everything, and that's sort of like been weighing on my head, is that like even though he had so much going on in his playing career, he was going overseas, he was a global ambassador, he had all this stuff going on. The thing I admired about him was that every single night he would be on the court if he could, barring any kind of injury or anything like that. Sometimes during injuries he would actually still be playing. Now, something I always admired is that no matter how much he had going on in his life, if you tuned in, you'd see him with his team, you'd see him playing ball. And that was something that that's always stuck with me about him. His competitive nature, his competitive spirit, I think is one that's, I don't want to say it's like long gone, but like I think it was just a simple matter of he was one of a kind, in terms of he was always trying to reach that next peak. He was trying to catch Michael Jordan, or at least be talked in the same category as Michael Jordan. So he was always pushing for that goal, and that's something I've always admired about him. And yeah, so just to hear the news that he was gone, it's interesting to me, because when I was a kid, there was a singer by the name of Aaliyah, and she was like one of my favorite singers at the time. I was just a little kid at the time, and one thing people don't know is she died in a plane crash in 2001, I believe just a few weeks before September 11th, which was always a weird coincidence, I think, for a lot of people. But people kind of just like don't really even think about that at all. But it was so weird how that happened, and then like I think it was like a few weeks or possibly months later, but it was really close together that her plane crash went down in September 11th. But I just remember that at that time, and then when Kobe's plane crash, it was almost the same reaction from me. And that's something that really shocked me, is that even though I was a kid at that time in 2001, the fact that I still felt the exact same way, it was a bit of shock, and like, no, like, it can't be possible. It's not really. I think just because, like I said, he was so consistent and he was so present, that the fact that it was Kobe, I think, really shocked a lot of people. It definitely shocked me, Because, like, I could deal with, like, someone going down. Okay, I understand it. It's tragic and everything, but I can understand it. But, like, something about the fact that it was Kobe, I think has stuck with me and stuck with a lot of people. I've just been thinking about things and just got me thinking about where we're at and what we're doing and everything. And, yeah, someone so safe, so consistent, so healthy is just gone. It's sort of a weird feeling. And I don't want to bring anyone down or anyone make feel, because I do know, like, this is just a part of the grieving process. I don't want to say I'm grieving, because it's just a shock to me. Like, I don't want to say, like, I was close to him, I knew him or anything, but, like, it felt like he was just there and then he's not, and that's obviously a mental struggle. And I think everyone just has the same reaction, like, really? It just happened? Because it's weird how, I mean, some people have, like, used this opportunity to, like, bring up his past and everything, which sort of has its ups and downs if you want to look up to it, if you want to look it up, but I'm not going to talk about it here. But this was just a video I had to make just because I felt like it's weirdly stuck with me, even though, like, I'm not huge on, like, thinking about death or anything like that. It's not really, like prevalent in my head, but for some reason, the fact it was Kobe, because I'm a huge NBA fan, and it feels like, even though I'm not, like, necessarily his fan, I'm not necessarily part of his group or whatever, he was still part of the NBA family, and that's sort of, like, been a shock to me, I guess. And I think that's sort of what's going on, because, like, I've spent so much of my life just watching basketball, enjoying basketball, loving basketball, and then, like, a huge part of it is just gone, and then see people I care about, people I like in the league talking about it is, I think, affected me a little bit. Not too much. I don't want you guys to think I'm sitting here, like, crying or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just, it's in the back of my head a little bit. It's just kind of there. I don't know. And I'm sure it's going to get better. Obviously, I think what people forget is that it's not that time heals all wounds, but I think it's that time and new experiences heals all wounds. So we do have to keep moving forward. We do have to keep progressing. We do eventually have to move on from it, but I think remember it was, and, like, I think I've heard some people talking about, like, what we need to do with helicopters and should there be more regulation, should there be more control over it, but I don't know. It's just, I don't see that much of an issue. It was just, if you saw any of the news or anything like that, you know, it was sort of like a freak accident with, like, weird weather climates and everything, and the pilot tried his best to help, but unfortunately couldn't, and a lot of people lost their lives. But I just think it's as simple as cherish the time we have, keep moving forward, remember you're important, remember we can still laugh at things, we can still cry at things, we can still do all that things. We don't have to stop because this happened. And I think that's a lesson I will take from this, is that cherish the moments, be consistent, be good at what you're doing, care about what you're doing, passionate what you're doing, and try to make other people passionate about what you're passionate about. And I think that's what will ultimately lead to your success. But yeah, I think that's enough of me. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this. I didn't really have a format. I just kind of wanted to just talk. So that's why you're probably not going to hear a lot of, like, me editing out my ums or my weirdly deep breaths or anything. But it was just something I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to give you guys an update on what I was doing and what's happening with me. But yeah, like I said, I am trying to get more Apex content. I might have to change up some things or possibly do other games, because without the controller it's hard to do Apex content. But there are other games I play that do allow for like a mouse and keyboard type setup that might help. I don't know, but yeah, that's it for now. Just take care of yourselves, love yourself, know you're important, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any thoughts on this or anything I'm doing, or on Kobe Bryant especially, let me know. Bye.